Hey, legends, massive episode for you today. You guys will definitely know who these people are. Sooshi Mango, yes, Melbourne's very own. The funny comedians that they are, incredible people. They have done some incredible work by making their ethnicity, Italian heritage go global in regards to the sense of humor they do, the characters they make, the collaborations they've had, the world tour that they've just done, or their international tour, I should say, and their Australian show coming up. There was so much in this episode. They're genuinely funny. It was such a relaxed chat. You'll find me laughing so much through it because it was just awesome. I think you guys are going to really love this one, so let's get into it. Thank you guys for coming on. I appreciate you guys, man.
Thanks for having us.
We've had a good convo before we've started, and as I always say, if you are new here, thank you guys for turning up. You've come back again. I absolutely love you. I mean, if you guys don't know these guys, what can I tell you? They're the Italian stallions. They're the comedians that have turned a culture into a career. They're from Melbourne. It's amazing what they're doing. They've just come off a world tour as well. Carlo,
yes.
How was that?
World tour?
Yeah, man, what the hell?
Oh, it was nuts, man. It was we were a little bit nervous, going into uncharted waters and seeing if the stuff was going to work as well as it did in Australia. And lo and behold, we were pretty pleased, man. It translated and everyone was laughing and enjoying themselves, and it was crazy. It was a bit full on, like the schedule was a bit tight, but apart from that, it was awesome. Can you swear on this podcast?
Oh, yeah,
fucking awesome.
It's his first words. Where was so what was the world tour? When we said that, I know it was a big part was America, but where else did you guys go?
Canada. We did Toronto, Vancouver, Montreal in Canada, which is Northern America. We did Los Angeles in America. We did Chicago, Boston, New York, and then we did London, and that's it. Auckland.
So world tour.
Yeah,
world-ish.
Your words.
World-ish.
International tour.
International.
Should have called it. A little bit cheeky, maybe, but hey.
It's a world tour.
Yeah, it's world-ish.
It's cheeky.
It's Western world tour.
You guys loved it, particularly in the East Coast of America, where there's obviously a lot of Italian heritage.
There's a lot of Greeks, a lot of Italians, a lot of Europeans in general, which was good to see them all. New York was fantastic. Still, it's all very surreal, even just doing a show in LA, like I said to you before, we had about 400 or 500 people there. And, but, going from, I always go back to going from a car that we were shooting videos 8-9 years ago to people actually coming to see us in LA. That's the thing that spins me out. Whether there was 20 or whether there was 1,000, it still boggles my mind of how this thing works.
Yes, I mean, it's surreal, obviously, but have you not got to a point of comfort with it, like with where you're at? Is it still
not really? Because you can just
still kind of shocks you in a sense? Because I'm like,
it shocks, yeah, but comfort, no, Like when you said to me before, you were like, you've done really well and this, that, the other. It actually makes me uncomfortable because it's like, shit, I'm gonna have to do more for someone to say that again.
Yeah, but then that's what I said. What more can you guys? You've restaurant owners.
You've got porn, so maybe give that a crack.
Yeah,
not yet. OnlyFans.
That would be content.
Triple X-rated scenes in our Northerners outfits.
You guys wouldn't even have to get R-rated. People would pay ridiculous amounts for it, for sure.
In relation to big comfort, maybe if you're referring to be comfortable on stage,
no, just like
that's
comfort
different.
is in like with where like you've obviously a position of status, a position of recognition. Getting 800 people to come to a show in the other part of the world, like that sort of comfort.
I think that's well. Like I said, I agree with the boys. It's kind of like we try to stay humble in that respect. And
I asked you guys to leave the humility out the door before you came on. I don't want a bit of arrogance here, mate.
But we want
Where the
8,000.
fuck are my macadamia nuts, man? I ordered macadamia nuts.
No, we want 8,000.
Yeah,
when we go, we don't want like the biggest biggest audiences we played to was in Toronto. Toronto, we had about 4,000 come all up.
Wow.
Montreal was a couple of thousand. New York about 1,500. But we want to do arenas. We want to get to Madison Square Garden. So that's the dream. So we're not comfortable. We're still working, man. We want to get to a certain in Australia. Yeah, we're doing we're doing we're probably at a level that's, notable.
Well, could you not sell out a high sense or something like around here?
We probably could, and we did think about it.
High sense?
No. What was the one?
Marvel Stadium.
Or like a fuck.
No,
man.
because we looked at that.
Not Marvel.
We've sold out.
What was the other one for the fight?
Amy.
Sorry,
Amy.
Park.
Amy
My
Park.
mistake.
We've sold out Rod Laver a few times and Kudo Spank and stuff like that. That's sort of. Don't want to sound like a fucking idiot here, but that's as big as we can get.
Yeah.
I think any bigger you get, you really lose. If you do Amy Park and you get 30,000 people there, amazing, cool, 20,000, whatever, But are they going to enjoy it? It's an open stadium,
We were
do
thinking
we lose the
about
laughs?
We were thinking about it, but we went to a Bruno Mars concert in Sydney. It was at
The new place, Allianz.
Allianz. And we were in these boxes, right?
Yeah.
And we're like, we should try and maybe do Amy Park in Melbourne and make it a huge event. And we're in these boxes watching Bruno Mars, and he was like an ant, man. It was like we couldn't see him. We're like, man, we don't want to give.
Yeah.
I think Rod Laver, that kind of level is because Rod Laver's actually, although it's big, it's actually good from everywhere. The way the stage is positioned, it's still good.
Yeah.
If you go any bigger, I think it's getting a bit much.
Would you find with your stand up that you guys need the connection to the audience, like the people as well? Because when you get like that too big, you lose that.
Yeah.
You lose that touch with the people.
Yeah.
Because our shows are more like like plays almost. They're skits.
Yeah.
But they're 20-minute skits. So there's a start, middle, and end.
It's like 3 or 4 segments you do.
And there's 4 segments that we do. Right. So with the dads, and then the fish and chip guys, which are the Greek guys, and then the mums, and then we have these 2 old guys and a young sort of Lebo guy or whatever you want to call him.
Yeah.
And they have this thing, this chemistry together, which has all these misunderstandings and whatever.
Right.
And they're the skits with some music in between and some songs and whatever. So it's and that's what I was saying to you before. It's very hard to take that and bring it to a comedy club and run it and see if it works, because we've got costumes, props, stage equipment, the whole thing.
Fireworks.
Man,
at the arenas, we do fire and do.
Who's coming out and doing that? You pay, someone else is coming in.
My
Yeah,
dad with the pyro just comes out with the.
We're going to go with a lighter, just going like that.
Yeah. Some guy with
One guy with a lighter going.
and deodorant.
That would be fitting for
keep
you
it a
guys.
budget,
Yeah, that's fitting for you guys.
But we try and make it an event, like Carlo was saying the other day to someone, like we try and make it an event. Like we want people to come and not just see a comedy show. We want them, if you're going to spend your hard-earned, we want you to see some fireworks, some fire, some funny skits on a screen, some songs, some dance. We want to make it.
What I always say is we want to make it like you've left a Kiss concert.
Yeah,
Right.
Like when you leave there, you want to like, geez, was that a rock concert that made me laugh?
Yeah.
Like you want to like them to go, shit, memorable. Like so, it's like I remember when I went to Sooshi Mango this year.
Yeah.
Like I want people to say, I remember that when I went to Sooshi Mango in 2022 or 2020 or whatever.
Yeah.
I remember that. Now, if you go to a comedy show, and this is no swipe, but sometimes if you go to a comedy show, it's an hour stand up, you watch it, it was funny.
Move on.
You kind of it doesn't have a memorable element to it. No one's going to remember it.
Yeah.
You just said it. You just
So-
called everyone shit, didn't you?
No.
You just said everyone else in the comedy world
no,
is shit.
no comedians coming back on this show, man. Fucking this guy, man. Come on.
you know what I mean?
I get what he's saying. I mean, I fine, man. You want to come out and do your comedy and your stuff, it's no problem. But we just want to, and the thing is, like all that shit costs money, Jake, right? Like we're not getting it for nothing.
Yeah, fucking.
So it comes out of our pocket.
Yeah.
But we want to just put an amazing experience.
It's true. We
for
could
the
make
people.
more.
Well, this is one of the reasons why I was excited to talk to you, because I'm like, a lot of people just think you guys are just funny. Like it's fucking hard work what you do.
Oh, man, yeah,
Like the amount of effort, planning, I can imagine like the levels of characters you guys play, the details of what you do. I don't think that's shown or exposed enough for people to warrant wise to where you are.
Hey, look, mate, if you make something look easy, it means you're doing your job right.
Correct, yeah.
So there's a lot of hard work that goes on in the background. We bust our nuts to make sure everything goes according to plan and making sure the product's polished and everyone enjoys themselves.
Yeah.
And we're smiling on stage. You don't know what the fuck's going on behind. Backstage, we're sometimes in a lot of pain or tired or whatever, but you got to turn it on and make sure you go out there and put on a performance and make everyone laugh.
How does that go? It's like mature adults. You guys are brothers. You were best friends, weren't you, growing up?
Yeah.
Essentially, yeah. So like, how does that go? Because as a business with friends and family, it's not always the easiest, right?
But like friends and family, man. With us though, it's all right.
Yeah,
we hate each other. No, we fight, we argue, but you sort of
like
patch
family,
it up.
Yeah.
I think it's healthy, Like I think it's also healthy to challenge something. It's not that funny, Let's make it harder. Let's make it better. Let's make it a bit more, rather than just taking the easy way out.
Yeah, yeah.
But then we know when to give each other space too. Now, like we spent a month together away overseas, obviously, in the international tour, and I think we were too tired to fight, man.
Yeah.
You'd be like, man, whatever.
I got stuff with the argument.
Yeah.
But it works. I don't know why. It's just sort of just
This
works.
is the chemistry. Look, you can't fake chemistry, and this chemistry, obviously, the two brothers and myself, we get along really well, and we punch on like everyone else does, but you punch on with your mates and your brothers, right?
Yeah.
You say a couple of words and then you get over it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
You punch each other in the face twice. That's it. We're done. You know what I mean?
I think we laugh more than we fight.
Yeah.
We have a great laughing at anything and anyone, and we have a ball. So
Our relationship is based on like observing everyone around us and laughing and giving them shit.
Well, you've literally created. This is what I want to know a bit more because I love Italian women. I want to marry an Italian because I'm like culturally like not.
You need to change that immediately. Don't marry an Italian woman.
If not as my mum's my mum's English, but her parents from Barbados. My dad's
Barbados.
My dad's blonde hair, blue eyes.
Well, you got that.
But people in Australia like, where's Barbados? I'm like, Rihanna's from there, and then the girl's like,
that's what I just immediately went to Rihanna
you say
there.
your dad's blonde-haired, blue eyes.
White.
Wow.
Doesn't look like my dad. Is
he English?
He's Aussie. I mean, it's probably English.
So you had are you sure he's your dad?
20 years I had doubt, and then I got older. I'm like, fuck, I'm exactly like this guy.
You go, Dad. I'm going to need you to come with me for a blood test, Dad.
Yeah. Just played along with it. Yeah. But nah. So I was dating an Italian girl not longer, and man, the biggest breakup of it was me and the nonna. Because she fucking, mate, she used to roll me out of there with the amount of food I ate. And it's stuck in my head that I've never been with a girl from a culture where the Italians just know what's going on.
Yeah.
Like just to feed me. To take care of you.
It's pretty simple, isn't it?
Aussies
men are pretty simple, like feed, couple of thingos, whatever, and that's it. And then we're the best. We can be the best on earth. But once it gets complicated,
after get married for 10 years, feed and watch the footy. No tata anymore.
Are you guys
10 years.
Are you guys into
after 10 months from there? Stop, man.
Are you guys into? Well, I say soccer, but football. But are you into AFL or football?
Yeah.
Are you guys into bondage or? Yeah, we love it. We love it.
Which ones are you more?
I love AFL and I love soccer, football, but but I don't know. I've got to say, in the last couple of years, 10 years, I'd say, I've sort of not watched so much league soccer like Serie A and the Premier League. I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's just haven't got any connections to any of the players.
Yeah,
I was we were. Carlo goes crazy for the Azzurri, But we all go nuts when it's a World Cup or whatever.
Well, Euros are coming up.
Yeah, but we had nothing to fucking watch the last 2 years for the World Cup, right?
No, man.
That's fucked. Yeah, that was terrible, man. But I think I've even of late. I'm into the combat. I'm into my boxing big time.
UFC's hot now.
UFC's hot, but more. I love I love watching boxing, and I'm into that pretty heavy. Even the AFL, I love the AFL, I love soccer, but I've sort of dropped off the last year.
For me, it's AFL. And then
who's your team?
I'm Melbourne.
Are you Melbourne?
Yeah, we're Melbourne. So
we're both Melbourne. We had a cousin that played for them.
Oh, did you?
Otherwise, we'd be Carlton.
Yeah,
obviously.
didn't want to be racist. Didn't want to be racist.
Nah, you
black man. We're not going to point fingers here.
Say that. What are people from Barbados?
I was going to say.
What are people from Barbados usually? Who do they go for?
Go for St Kilda, man.
St Kilda.
Yeah. Someone colourful. Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, but I'm pretty full on with the diesel. So I go fucking. I can't watch it at home anymore. My wife kicked me out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I get white line fever. I start smashing remote controls and shit.
Actually,
I've calmed
the
down.
only time I hate being around him is when he's watching the footy.
Yeah.
Because he
I'm no
becomes.
good. We're going tonight, actually. So.
playing here, the Carlton.
but I've got to be good tonight because we're going in a corporate thing. So I got to fucking hold it in. But
that's
it's all right.
That's
all right.
So I actually wanted to bring one thing up because I heard and I want to get to just a bit of the essence of how this started because, but I did hear that when you guys were thinking of the name, I think it might have been Joe, your son was taking a shit.
Yeah.
Screaming out the word Sooshi Mango or something like that. And that's stuck.
And literally it got stuck on the toilet too. He was just saying Sooshi Mango and on the toilet and it just sort of, I don't know, it was interesting. The words were interesting together. I was like, Sooshi Mango, it's interesting.
It's fucking catchy, you know.
Yeah,
it makes no sense, right? Is that the purpose of it?
Man. Yeah, like at all. And I think that's why people were a little bit like, what does it mean? It's kind of catchy and, you know, and that's what drew us to it. Like he was yelling it out on the toilet and we're just like, be quiet. And then we were like, you know, look, that sounds pretty good. Let's just use that.
Sums you a good
But also at the time, I mean, we weren't doing ethnic humour.
Yeah.
What would we have called it?
In the beginning.
What were you doing? What would we have called it?
Just say blokes in a car just driving around, just doing random
I remember
skits and
this
stuff.
actually.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. I kind of remember this.
We were
I
just
can't remember the skits you were doing, but I remember it might have been you popping out of the back seat or sitting through the middle.
Yeah, he was in the middle. He was in the middle.
Something like
and
that,
like Jesus
right?
Christ, remember the one
rings.
I remember it rings a bell. Yeah, I just remember him sitting there like that.
Remember the one that we did. We got the actual toilet bowl in the back seat of the car. And we're like, what's that smell? And he was sitting on a toilet bowl in the back seat of the car.
Seat of my youth, yeah. That's
we were doing
dumb
stupid
shit when I think about it.
You're like, what, man?
What about the one? There was also one when. Yeah, why are you always late, man? Why are you always late when I come pick you up? And was shaving you?
Shaving you. You were getting shaved.
I was getting shaved. I was a shaver. He was getting shaved.
And he was Alouette.
That's right, I remember that.
Yeah, so we're doing random stuff, but I've never, you know what? People have asked that. What would we have called it if we were doing ethnic humor from the beginning?
See, because that's what that's a
it
good
was just
point.
a name. It was just a name. Maybe it would have been called like, you know,
I don't know.
hot fucking Nonna's hot sauce or something like that. I don't know. Who knows?
Salamis. Yeah, the three salamis.
The three salamis.
Well, we called our podcast the Saucy Meatballs podcast, and maybe it would have been called something like that.
I don't know.
So, but yeah, how did the ethnic based humor come into it then? Because that's obviously
Well, they started watching, man. You know, like that's who was watching. I'll be honest. Let's be honest. I was seeing some ethnic guys on their phones, and they were watching it. And then my brother
noticing that the last names had a few too many letters in them and vowels and stuff like that. And we're like, oh, there's a few wogs watching us. But in Australia, there's like the Greek versus Italian rivalry.
Yeah, is it still there?
It's 100%.
It's a friendly rivalry.
Friendly rivalry.
Yeah,
it's like, you know,
still amongst our generation. The younger ones not.
The
so
younger
much,
ones not so
I think.
much.
Yeah,
I think so. I think they do.
It depends on how you raise your child.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think
Yeah.
that
No,
I think
it's
that
not-
there's the
Yeah, maybe.
I think
not,
the little
not my
orcs-
son. Not my son.
No, you'll get there, though.
I'm talking like the 12, 14,
Yeah,
17,
16.
18.
Maybe in that,
Yeah.
my children aren't, but I should make them more.
Yeah.
So that's what happened was I came up with this idea. I was like, because me and my friends, I grew up with a lot of Greeks and was always that banter. And I said to the boys, I said, why don't we do we'll dress up as the Greeks and the Italians and we'll do this like versus thing, like, and just throw insults at each other.
Mm.
And we did that.
Went insane, that
And
video.
at
At the time.
yeah.
I don't know, man. I was like, we're going to miss out on all the other ethnicities. And then went bananas. It was our first sort of viral video.
Yeah, is that the one that?
So we did that, and then we tried to do like just like men versus women. So we were using that model for other different things.
For a bit, yeah.
But really changed for us when we dressed up as the characters.
We had this idea.
That's when it just
As the dads.
Well,
Yeah.
we dressed up as
Which
the
what's it? Vince.
Johnny Vincent Sam.
Johnny Vincent Sam, which is the name of your restaurant.
Yeah,
right?
it's the name of the restaurant. So that's when we did that. That's when it was like shit. We've got something here. It's almost like ethnic formula, but it's almost a little bit like the Three Stooges-ish. These characters.
Some reason it didn't matter that the characters were Italian. They resonated with everyone. And we didn't at the time didn't know that would happen. We didn't know that.
We didn't really call them Italian. We still sort of don't. Now that they do. People do, but we had a Lebanese guy say, my
accent.
dad.
We had Italian accent in all the characters have Italian accents. Maybe yours maybe sometimes fluctuates a little bit. But essentially they're Italian accents. So we didn't think that it'd be so relatable across so many different cultures.
It's interesting that it is, though, hey? Like, when you say it, maybe because you never speak like Italian.
We never speak Italian.
Which is smart, because you play a lot of other ethnic kind of characters too,
that
right?
was the idea behind that was like, don't say tame words and pigeonhole ourselves. Yeah, we got the accent, but this is for everyone. Greeks do it, Lebanese do it, Barbados people do it. Everyone does this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And the last video we did was this mum cooking one, which went super viral. Like I think it's 140 million views on Instagram.
141 views.
Wow, we're not counting. Or
not counting.
Yeah.
But
bullshit.
It's that went crazy because mum's cooking for Christmas.
Yeah.
And when I tell you it went viral beyond measure, like it was reaching like India and like
Colombia,
and all these,
America,
it went
Germany,
it went crazy, and everyone was like, "Oh, yeah, this is what we do," and like we're all the same. If you grew up we like to say, if you grew up getting bashed by a baseball bat, by your parents, then you understand the humor kind of thing. It's we're all sort of connected in a way.
You know what was funny about that vid was not only that it went viral, and we actually didn't say pretty much a single word. It was gibberish the whole way through. We're just mumbling shit. There's nothing, not one coherent sentence in there.
The clip is it's mums preparing food for Christmas Day.
So it's just chaos or just like
chaos.
You guys nail that stuff so well. The mannerisms, how accurate is it to like maybe your fathers or people that you've grown up with? Like, is if you've taken pieces of you just made these characters up, literally?
Oh, you take pieces.
Yeah, pieces.
You don't, but not knowingly, right?
Yeah, it's a combination. Like it's a mishmash of people that you meet, your mums, your aunties, whatever, other people, your friends' mums, and the fruiterer. And
there could be an action that sometimes I look at something he does and I go, "Oh, my dad used to do that," or "My uncle does that." And I look at he does and go, "Your dad just did that the other day, like with his hand." Or I watch myself, I'm like, "Shit, oh, that's really, really." Yeah, it's just in here.
Yeah.
It's from watching it and being around it and hearing it. And then you play the character, and then the character gets its own identity. It gets its own character and movement and eyebrows and the way they talk. And it's weird, man. You go into this like, it's almost a bit trancey like.
Yeah. Is it? Can you come back out? Come back out of character.
You get in it. When you're in it, you just start being this different person.
I almost wish I could be my character all the time.
Oh man,
it's so much better. You tell anyone anything and you get away with anything in character, man. You know? It's the best, man.
It's the best. I wish I could live in that Vince world all the time. Just doesn't give a shit about
the AC Milan jacket gets me every time. Yeah. I don't know why. It's like a retro freaking Champions League jacket from the 90s.
That outfit works perfect.
But the thing that I was actually watching, I've watched you guys for a long time, but I was just looking at some of the dad sort of humor and clips online. I don't know how you guys hold face for some of it. Like I can see you some of it.
We don't like each other. That's why.
Yeah, sometimes I can see a crack, but like you were on what was it? It was the morning show. I think.
Oh, we almost died.
Oh, fuck, man. He was eating like a pig, non-stop. You guys are trying to hold an interview. Then he's sculling wine and eating in the background.
You know why he sculled the wine?
Puts his kebab in his thing, saying save some for later.
You know what? I would have laughed at that.
Serious.
I would have laughed at that. But the right kept me straight that day is I thought he was dying on national television.
Well, yeah.
Well, you were a little bit, weren't you?
I was a little bit.
I didn't realise that you would actually choke.
Man, he ate so much. I'm just watching.
The idea was that because there's three of us. Okay. Yeah. Sometimes in those situations when you're getting interviewed, we don't want to talk all over each other because you got 5 minutes, right? So I was like, okay, they want us to try this nasi goreng, and I was like, all right, I'll just eat the nasi goreng. Let them talk, and I'll just eat.
Yeah.
The nasi goreng was that dry. Okay, and I'm shoveling it in my mouth, and then it was that dry that it got stuck in my throat. And my brother could hear me going,
No.
I seen you look at him.
Did you see it?
Yeah, because
no one saw me that I was shitting myself.
Yeah, that's right. Because you're like, man, you're right.
I looked at him.
I didn't realize. I thought he was playing it like he was.
Nah,
in
he looked at me with his eye, like he was looking like that and going.
The only
And I
time-
was like, bro,
choking
bro, he's choking on television. I'm like,
What a way
what
to
do I
go,
do? I was
man.
this close to getting up and going, stop the segment, stop it. I was this close, man.
The only reason I knew something was going on, I wasn't sure what was going on, was that the interviewer had asked a question, and he was halfway through answering it, and he stopped to look at him, and I went,
He was pissing
what the
off.
fuck is going on
Going
here?
nuts.
Oh yeah, you had
And then he
Carlo
was in hysterics, and then so after all that, I can say that safely, I'm the first person I think in Australian history that chugged a bottle of wine on my morning.
Yeah.
morning
Yeah.
But he chugged it to get the food down.
Because he remember his face when it got down. He's like, fuck. You see him just like this
I'm
red face
I
just
was shook,
come back
man.
to life.
I was
alive,
proper-
I'm alive again. But that's what we do, man. Like, it sounds weird, but and not anything to get a laugh, but sometimes you got to go to those extremes. When we do our shows, Carlo, for the past 2 years, right, has slapped me.
2
years.
No.
No.
19, 20. Yeah,
No.
even in the previous show.
No,
yeah.
the previous show never got this. Oh, fuck.
3.
3 years.
I used to slap you in the face that one.
What,
show.
like in the show? What do you mean?
The year
Just
before
what?
was shoulder as well.
Oh yeah, 3 years.
Well, like improv.
There's always a part where I slap him. So we've added it in the show.
There's 2 old guys and there's a young Lebanese character that I've play. And 2 old men. They're like the grandfathers. So they're older than our ethnic dad characters, right? And that's what the 2 boys play. And it's called Pino and Giacomo. Fantastic characters. And the young guy usually sits in between them and they talks to him and they're talking about something, but they're getting a miscommunication, whatever.
Right.
So he slaps me one year in the shoulder. And the point of it is like, bro, if you're going to slap me, you've got to slap me. You've got to hit me. You can't just pretend. There's got to be a hit that everyone can hear.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's fake and it's not going to work. So that was that year. The second year when we were the customs agents, I was telling him to slap me in the face. He had to slap me in the face.
So
I used to get red marks.
rocked him.
mate, every show I was.
But the laugh I
bang.
used to get was just worth it, you know. And then the same this year, copped a slap in the shoulder. I reckon the last one you gave me in overseas, I almost passed out.
It's pissing me off because I actually want to slap him for real. I never get a chance to slap him.
Well, it's become a thing now that every show I have to slap him.
Yeah, so this year I'm going to twist it and going to slap him.
No.
Mate,
Every show I have to slap him. So
That's
we're going to keep it
unbelievable.
going this next show as well.
But anyway, it's but that's the point. The point of it is that sometimes you got to take it to the limits to.
Yeah,
joke,
that's
you know.
why. That's why I don't understand why you guys don't crack. But I do want to talk about why I've got you guys here. Is you've got a new show coming,
Yes.
which is crazy.
But on the side, I've got to say something. We do crack though.
Well, we
Do.
But that's what
I
kind of makes it
tell you
funny.
what doesn't make when you don't crack. You don't crack anymore when you're doing a single shot to camera.
Yeah.
When we look at each other when we're going to shoot, that's it. And then when you're gone, you're gone for a while.
We crack on stage live.
Yeah,
that happens because it's never the same. You're like, okay, you're doing the same show, but something changes. He might look at you differently. His eyebrow might be shaking. Something's going on, so we crack. And in the very early days, we were taught never to break character. And then we eventually, when we did our own show, it happened unintentionally. We broke a couple of times. The audience loved it, and so now it's like, if it just happens, it
If
just
you're going to go,
happens.
you're going to go.
Just have a
man.
laugh.
It's not,
Oh, I think it makes the
know.
humor even funnier when like you guys are struggling with it. I mean, that normalizes it a bit
And
more.
it
It's like, fuck.
relaxes us up there. It relaxes the audience. It's not like it's not stiff and we've got to get through this. It's like, man, whatever happens on that stage happens.
End of the day, it's a comedy show. It's not like a serious play. You know what I mean? We're not doing.
I hope things go wrong because it always creates moments.
Yeah.
We never create them intentionally. Something happens. On one show, a light fell. A light fell from the
you guys, your
bang on the
characters are good with
stage.
that.
It's
Like,
like,
improv.
what the hell?
Best, man. With the light film, we're like, yeah, there's four or 5 jokes now that we can get out of the light film.
When we do the fish and chip characters, I got to answer the phone all the time. It's one of those old school phones with the dials. Once that's broke, I slammed the phone. The whole fucking thing came off.
Man, we did like 10 minutes there about this
was
phone. We're
so
like, oh,
good,
it's made in China.
Made in
Oh,
China.
shit. We had all these jokes just going bang, bang, bang.
You guys have done it enough now where you can flip and change off something happening like that. And run the
You
show
look-
smoothly, right?
And sometimes when you break in character. You'll say a joke that's not in the script in character. Sometimes it's yourself, depending what the hell happens. You know what I mean? It's just-
One year, I remember in Wollongong, someone yelled something out in a part that, she was laughing where it was so seriously part. And then we all said beach, because someone was sad.
Oh,
Something
that's
was
right. I
happening.
remember the bit.
And then we sort of all had a joke on her, and then but that sometimes got bad because other people started to try and do shit after it.
Yeah.
And you're like, all right, you got to rein it in now.
You gotta rein it
know
in.
what I mean?
Man.
Which is weird.
You can't give them too much because
Man.
then they all want to start being
Start
funny
saying something.
from the crowd.
Yeah,
and it's like,
Start yelling shit.
Fucking-
Sorry, sorry, I interrupted you
No,
before.
I was just wanted to talk the new show. Give that a plug because that's coming. Was
Yeah.
it? Well, by the time,
new show,
when this is released,
it's
it'll
on
be out.
sale. Yeah, should be. It's on sale now.
Yeah.
And basically, well,
Oh, yes, it is now. Sorry,
it's on
yes,
sale
Because
now,
we're
yeah.
shooting it live.
Yeah, we're shooting this live.
this is in real time.
Showbiz.
It's real time.
Yeah.
And basically, it's starting on around the 4th of August.
Right.
And the last show will be around the 2nd of November in Perth. As we're doing about, another 30, 40 shows around the country.
Wow.
It's basically, again, full live show. Everything what we just spoke about, same. It's going to have all the bells and whistles. And I think it's the best show to date that we've done.
Oh,
I think-
easily.
I think it is.
When we're writing it, we could also feel that our writing's better.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like every year, our writing, like, because you learn when you're up there as well, what works and what doesn't work, and it comes out in your writing. And this year in particular, like when we're writing stuff, we're like, oh, that's going to be funny. Whereas the last ones were like, I'm not sure if it's going to be funny. There's still some stuff in there. You're like, oh yeah, I'm not sure how hard it's going to hit. But everything we're writing, it's like, nah, I'm not sure if we feel it's going to be
100%. Also, we up the ante as far as production and so forth. Use of screens or whatever to make it even more entertaining.
Man, people are going to be
for
out
the
of breath.
different
How long
levels
does
of
it
the show.
take you to like get a tour show ready?
6 months.
6 months. Really?
6 to 8 months.
Wow, that's a long process.
Because each skit takes a month. Not every day, but you take about a month to write one skit. And
Man, that's
But the
that's
process
incredible.
for us is a bit like it's just sort of chugs along. It doesn't steamroll. It's not like we get in there for 2 weeks straight every day and it's like we'll break it up and we'll start thinking of ideas and we'll take it back and you take it home with you and then you come to the next day, then you'll do 4 hours and then you stop because you're getting a bit tired, then you start, then you rewrite another part. So it's very broken.
And there's other stuff too. There's like production stuff, the costumes, the props. If you're doing a parody, you've got to not only write the parody, then you've got to actually record bits of it and so on and so forth.
Video
and the music,
stuff.
the arrangement, and all that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of filming for the screen stuff, and so there's a whole lot of shit stuff.
Then the poster and the run.
And the marketing.
Have you guys got a team now that helping? Because there's no.
We've got a team of at least 2 people, and it's no. We've got a big our promoter Tig Dainty. They're one of the biggest in the country. They've got a really good team.
Yeah.
And they do the run. So from go to woe, they do all the run and put it all together and build because they've got to build all the arenas and all the venues.
Okay.
When I say build all the seating for it, and it just takes a lot of work from everyone. It's look, but in the end of the day, it's the best. When I say the best, like it's the best for everyone to work together and work for that one cause. Last year we had the 154th best show in the world. This year we're going to try and aim for the 174th best show in the world.
Oh yeah.
We want to go backwards.
We
want to keep
for the stars. Huh?
Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely. No, we're just trying, like Carlo said, boys said, we want to try and make it better and better every time. And like we said, so maybe we need more fireworks. Maybe we need more pyros.
The deodorant can with the
Two cans now.
That shit's fucking.
We're going to have the fire hydrant this year too, yeah? Spraying it straight.
Well, for all the listeners, there'll be a link in our bio to get to their boys show. That's going to be August to September.
August, September. Yeah, I guess all the arena shows are October.
Yeah.
And then all the regional shows are all going to be from like August, September. October's all the arena shows, and then the very last show is in Perth on the 2nd of November.
Hey, do you actually care about your health? No, I am serious. Do you actually want to optimize your life? Good. Because I'm pretty excited to share our sponsor this week. And don't worry, even if you're like me, and yes, I always spill on Uber Eats all over my chest whilst I'm lazily watching Netflix. It's a hobby of mine. They do have something to help you and I improve. I'm talking about Organic Reflection, this Australian brand making incredible health products for you, your mum, and even your pets. Whoever, they've got you guys covered. These guys tried hundreds of health and wellness products before developing their own unique C60 formula that is designed to unlock the full potential of your mind, body, and soul. Yes, so Jake, what the fuck does that mean? Well, you probably haven't heard of a C60, but it is this Nobel Prize winning molecule that helps you reduce inflammation. You know, the thing that causes most things like cancer? It strengthens your immune system. It improves your mental performance. And yes, after reading their product reviews, I just thought, is this too good to be true? Because obviously I hear this stuff all the time. Grandparents not needing a walking stick, chronic illnesses being cured. You get the gist. Anyway, I tried it and holy shit, guys, I'm not joking. When I say I could notice improvements in my energy levels and mood, I felt like I could run a marathon and do backflips. I know, I'm not even kidding. For me, there's nothing worse than feeling lethargic pre and post workouts, and it helped with my own recovery levels post physical activity. But it's not just for the gym bros. Ladies, this magic formula helps improve skin, hair, and nails so you can slay the day your own way, or whatever you girls want to get up to. Best thing is they also have a pet formula, so all your furry friends, including my dog Zyla, can enjoy the same revolutionary health benefits, as well as an anti-age tea and anti-procrastination brain nutrition supplement. Crazy, right? Well, what are you guys waiting for? Get around them. You know I don't promote too many products on here, but when I do, it's best to start your journey to a healthier and happier way with Organic Reflections. You can check out their socials or head to organicreflection.com and use the discount code UNLACED for 20% off for free shipping on your first order, because I know you guys know that I am the plug. So get on there, use the discount code UNLACED for 20% off and unlock your full potential with Organic Reflection. Hey guys, just a quick pause in this episode to compliment our partners of the show. You guys know that I've been sponsored and supported by Dabble, the gambling agency, for a while now. This place has a special place in my heart because it is like the social network of gambling. You can follow superstars of the game, copy their bets. You might not know so much about a certain sport, but you can copy someone who does and increase your chances of winning some money. Obviously, if you're not a gambler, please only bet what you can and are willing to lose. Please dabble safely, gamble responsibly, as we always say. Just so you guys know, this year I've been taking over the streaming space at Dabble every Wednesday night from 7 to 8 p.m. Jake's Take is live. It is the wild, wild west of streaming. There's not too many sporting agencies or gambling agencies out there doing what we do. We put on a few bets throughout the show. We get some guests on. We have a lot of fun. It's all within the Dabble app. If you guys want to jump on board, the link is in the bio. Let's get back into the episode. All the skits you've done, my most recent and favorite one has been the New York Deli. Kind of. Oh, mate, those guys have been on my TikTok for years, like calling out, like, man, you're a cop, like, you know, doing all these kind of.
The Boston Deli.
The Boston Deli, sorry.
Which one in particular?
Mate, the one where, I don't know, you end up asking for mortadella and then it comes out and the guy cuts it too thin or something.
Yes, that one. That's the first one. Yeah.
He threw a bread roll at him, man.
I threw a packet of bread rolls at him.
You come in real angry, like, oh, damn, it's still thin.
I'll tell you what, those videos haven't, like, smashed it view-wise or whatever, but everyone comments about it.
Bro, because
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, even the one when we did it, we were not in character. There's one we did with those boys who were not in character. We talk about the koalas and this and that, and that's people comment about that all the time.
So how like you're getting some of these collaborations, and particularly like you guys have got obviously status, but getting global collaborations, that's big.
No, we've been friendly with a few of them online, and we said we were coming over, and we did. You know, we went there a week earlier to do a lot of these collabs in LA,
right.
and we did a lot of collabs in LA. We went to New York in December. Just to do that, like just to invest in our brand. Yeah, we're like, let's invest in the brand. Let's get it out there. Let's show more people what we're doing. And
never slept so much in an Uber in my life, man. Because every time I turn around, Carlo was like that.
It was pretty
because
full
we
on.
were just constantly bouncing around, and we were there for a week. So we flew to New York, did a week worth of content with all these guys for Christmas, and Christmas happened. Then we went over for the show. We did a week in LA and did content with all the sort of LA creators.
Yeah.
And then while we were there, we tried to sneak in during the shows. So we snuck in the Boston one during the show.
Fuck, that was
and that was great.
That's
Great
gold.
guys.
You did a few with them, right? There was like a few type of...
We went there one night and shot this thing. They did, they made us. We sort of said, "Listen, what do you want us to do?" They're like, "We sort of ad hoc of freestyle it," and we're like, "Cool, that suits us. It's kind of like what we do." So we shot it, and then they chopped it up into parts and released it. They're good dudes, man. They're good.
Yeah.
They're only young. They're like
They're real young.
20, 24.
They're doing unbelievable
boys,
things there,
yeah,
man.
They're doing good, and you can see what they're trying to do. They got their own little thing across the counter there.
it's golden, man.
Hey, do you know it's a real deli?
Is it?
Absolutely.
Well, that's what I was going to say. It looks too real to not be.
And they shoot after hours, so the deli closed.
They
go,
do.
and they shoot after hours.
The dude
really
made us-
clever.
The dude made us the panino there, man. It was like that. It had like how many slices of
36.
36 slices of meat in
I'm not
there.
even lying. 36 slices of meat in there.
Dude, that thing was sensational, though.
Yeah.
It was the
that,
peppers.
They had vinegary peppers, through it.
on top.
That's what I'm talking
It was
about.
delicious.
Hey, New York-
Memories of Nonna.
Yeah, oh man, I miss it. Does New York replicate Italian culture and food the best outside of Italy?
Nah, not really. Yeah. Well,
I don't know, man. It's a style all its own, really.
is
Do you know,
It's its own thing.
do you know who replicates the best, man? Here.
Really?
Yeah.
I think so.
Do you mean authentically like Italy?
Yeah, like because I wouldn't
Does
say.
this go out to America?
Pardon?
Does this go out to American people? Not that much.
Well, yeah, some we get some Americans.
Because if it's not many, then I was just going to say,
go
Americans don't really represent authentic Italy.
Oh, stab. Yeah, nice.
No,
Okay.
you got to respect that. They've got an Italian American take on everything.
Yeah.
It's great in its own right. Is it all?
Not to say some. There's people that do the wood fire Napolitan style pizza and stuff like that.
Generally speaking,
Generally
it is, yeah,
speaking, there's an Italian American culture, which is a separate thing.
Like New York slice, it's the size of your head.
Yeah, like
just one slice.
the New York slice. Big,
Man,
big
some of the best
rolls.
pizza over there.
That's what I'm saying.
Honestly.
The
New York
Italian
slices.
food is really nice there, for example.
But it's Italian American.
American.
It's not authentic.
But there is places like we went to a couple of places which were like what Carlo said, 100% Italian.
Yeah.
Like there is here.
Right.
But there's more Italian American. Like the chicken cutlets.
Yeah.
They're all about chicken cutlets. over
Paper
there.
thin. They're paper thin chicken cutlets.
Like we went to a place called Luigi's Pizza.
Yeah.
Barstool, you know that Barstool.
Barstool's- what do you rate it?
One, he like 9.4.
9.4.
It's one of his high. I think 9.3, 9.4. It's one of his highest rated. We went there. Guy's name is Neo, and he's Gio. His name is authentically Italian American, old school. There, he's making the pie the way his dad used to make it. It's crusty on the bottom. We had it.
Delicious.
Ridiculously good, right? But Italian American. And we'd asked him about, what do you think about Napolitan style pizza? And he's like, so fucking don't talk to me about that shit. 'Cause I don't make that shit. 'Cause I make my pizza.
Yeah.
American style pizza. Crusty on the bottom. That's the way my dad taught me. It's like, all right, cool, man. But
Fucking nailed
that's
that
it.
character.
To them, that is what it is, and that's why it's so good because they do put a lot of effort into it. There's so many.
It's the same with the paninis. Like here, we go to Italy, it'll be one or two slices of the meat, piece of cheese, a little bit of pistachio, whatever the hell. That's it. That's some sun-dried tomatoes. That's your roll.
Yeah.
You go to America, it's half a pig, 3/4 of a kilo of cheese in it. It's enormous.
But why?
Well, because after the war, they explained. We asked.
we asked Sal the Voice.
We asked Sal the Voice.
Yeah.
So after the World War II, obviously there was some there was a lot of suffering, and so after it became everything being abundant. They focused on everything being abundant, abbondanza, the Italians say it over there. So everything, the cars had to be bigger, the rolls had to, the coffee had to be bigger, everything had to be in abundance. So they've adopted that, and so it's uniquely American and uniquely Italian American
It's
also.
not like
you know
that
what I
in
mean?
Italy, man.
it's
In
fascinating.
Italy, it's like, you know, they focus on the bread being the proper flour and the perfect ratio of meat to.
It's like they hand make everything. It
It's
feels
all,
like,
you know,
you know?
whereas-
We went to Rome. Remember that day we had the panino in Rome? There was one slice of mortadella in mine, a little bit of cheese and some thingos, and that was it. So we went from America to here.
Where there was more meat than bread.
What do you actually prefer? What to eat? Like, I know obviously there's the authentic, but what is actually
I'd like the middle ground.
middle ground? Yeah.
which is what Australia does. We're in between. We're in between like America and Italy. But look, I mean, you go to Italy, you taste some of the food that it's magnificent.
But it's the soil, man.
Australia,
It's the soil, it's the air, it's the water,
it's the way it's grown.
Everything's GMO free over there.
I feel like
and-
people eat pasta and carbs their whole life, and
The
they
whole
live
time,
long.
man. The whole
They're
time.
like here, people
we're
worry about heart attacks.
different,
this and
man.
that. It's like,
We're
yeah,
all gluten free, gluten intolerant. He's in denial, but we're all.
I'm not gluten intolerant.
You're fucking lactose.
I'm fine. I'm fine, man.
This isn't gluten issues.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Percent you are.
And we were eating and we were eating pasta and pizza and bread in Italy and
But I got to say, man, like after I was there for 10, I went with my family last year, and after 10 days, I was like, okay, give me something else, man. I love Italian food. I love pasta. I can eat it till the cows come home. But after a while, I'm like,
it's
can I have a piece of chicken or
you can't go get a suvo or you can't go get a Lebanese or Chinese. Where did you see an Asian store? There must be there, but I never saw one.
There is one. Someone told me that there is
Like, I
one.
want some
Why would
sushi.
you go? Why would they do that when they got Italian
It's
food?
actually one of the
just
few
to mix it
countries
up.
that doesn't allow any other cuisines to come into its
honestly,
culture.
man.
They're like, you know, we've got the best food. Why do we need anything else?
Yeah, it's an
that's
ego,
that's the
mate.
thing.
It's
It's
an
an ego thing.
We live in the best country in the world now. I didn't give a fuck what
Australia's
anyone
food
says.
Yeah, I
is
agree.
ridiculously good.
Yeah.
And Melbourne, in particular, in my opinion,
Yeah.
mate, produce, good different mix of cuisines, good Japanese, good Thai, good
that's what it is,
Italian,
yeah.
good this. But
We've got
they're
everything.
doing it unbelievable. And we've travelled.
That's what.
Well, that's what
it
gives you
is.
the
We got the abundanza of choice here.
Yeah.
But good stuff.
Like good
Yeah.
stuff.
You know, you go to a place over in America and it's like, oh, try that Japanese. It's top notch. And you have it, it's like, it's not like the Japanese. You know, like we've got. Like
Apparently, there's meant to be a really good Japanese place in LA that we didn't
Yeah,
get to.
which was really good. The place we went to was it Toronto? That Japanese infused
that
place.
was good.
What
That
was
was
the
a
name?
friend of my Vito's place.
Yeah, that was
called Casa Mamas or
we
something
went
like
to that Japanese place in LA. Remember on the hill there?
Oh, that was nice.
That was also nice.
It was nice, but it wasn't. Again, it wasn't the level
what a
of
place, man. They got this Japanese restaurant. I've forgotten the name of it. Right on top of the hill in LA, which looks over LA.
It was amazing. That's the setting.
The setting was amazing.
So.
you know,
The food was okay.
So I don't eat. But the boys love. I don't eat. I don't do it. I don't do the raw shit.
Oh yeah, you know.
No, my brother and hands. They've
Chicken black bean. That's about as adventurous.
I'm a beef and black
Beef and
bean.
black
Beef
bean.
and black bean.
Or chicken satay, I should
I'm
say.
47.
Sometimes that's raw, man.
Number 47. But they eat everything. They eat the raw shit. They eat the shashkashka. What's called that stuff that you eat? The
Sashimi, man.
Not sashimi.
The shaska.
No.
Sashimi.
No, the other stuff. The raw meat.
That's
the
raw
carcass.
that's not Japanese.
No, but still, what is that?
Carpaccio.
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 Beef carpaccio. I love that shit.
It's quality.
Carpaccio. They eat all that shakan. I just don't. I need cook the shit.
You like
Some places I love sashimi, but the carpaccio depends where it is.
yeah, true.
No,
true.
I'm not a
You can
snob,
get a
but
shit
like,
What about
carpaccio.
ceviche? You like the ceviche?
Oh,
though?
ceviche. That's the word I was looking for.
Oh,
ceviche.
That's not meat.
It's fish.
It's fish.
Yeah.
I love
yeah,
ceviche.
ceviche is good.
And then
Love ceviche.
they were eating bone marrow in one place. I'm like
Best.
sucking a thing in the bone. That's the bone, man.
Eat anything,
Yeah.
Eat
delicious,
around
man.
the bone.
It's delicious.
Man, I had a plate
quality.
of pasta here, like it was in Chatty. It was the sauce, pasta, and then they had blobs of bone marrow in it, man.
Oh,
It was fucking delicious.
Jesus.
Sounds-
I'm not a bone marrow expert, to be
Oh,
honest.
okay. No, but
You
that's
don't
cool.
eat bone marrow?
No, it's
You ever
delicious.
tried?
I think I have tried it, but
It flavors a
delicious,
little
man.
bit of fat. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
It's a gluggy mucus thing looking.
Okay, man.
These guys are stepping up in the world.
Yeah,
They're
come on,
serving
man.
bone marrow where you guys are eating.
You just described it as mucus.
It is.
man.
It's kind of
How's
mucus
that-
looking,
how's that-
gluggy
how's that-
Just validated.
That's just
blob of
fuck me.
clag. It's just this white
How's that
gelatinous
appetizing
shit.
when you
It's
describe it like
it's like
mucus?
just grabbing a phlegm from your
Oh,
throat
no, it is
and then just putting it back in.
It's a white shit blob of gluten, gelatinous,
Yum.
sensational flavour. Beautiful.
With are you guys like most Italians obviously very patriotic in the sense of when other people try and
Yes.
recreate your culture, Australians to cook pasta or something, it's you really sort of struggle to fucking see what's
man,
going
mate,
down.
You know what?
Or
I'm
can
a
you bite
pasta
your
snob.
tongue?
No, I am. I'm a
They
pasta
do a
snob.
good job of it. I don't care who makes it.
but
Are you
that's
talking-
what I'm saying. Yeah,
Are you talking about
Do you
cooking
mean to
food?
recreate,
No, I'm just
like
talking
reinvent it?
No,
when they
no, like
reinvent
as
a
in
dish?
like no, when Aussies or try and sort of recreate anything that's Italian,
Like a plate of pasta?
Yeah, like you watch Italian chefs, like they've watched someone cook pasta, like that's not how you cook it.
Yeah.
but it's like still
Well,
like
if
if they've
it's-
made a pasta.
If it's cooked,
do you know what I'm saying?
If it's
'Cause-
cooked, like if they're cooking something and it's dumb and they put hot dogs with it, you know, you go, okay, well that's a bit stupid.
No,
but
straight away. Yeah, I'll tell you. I'm watching like a hawk, and if you fuck it up, or you try and add a little twist to it that's not supposed to be, I'm like, mate, keep it the way it's supposed to be. Don't mess with it.
Like yeah, carbonara man. It's no one ever makes a normal carbonara.
I get
in
upset
Australia.
when I have a bad plate
I
of
get
pasta. I get angry.
Puts cream in carbonara.
Yeah, but that's precisely my point. There's no
You know?
cream in it.
I get angry, man.
Yeah.
If I like the sauce is shit,
A creamy carbonara. Is
you know,
nice.
but not cream.
Pasta
You can't
shit.
put cream in it.
Yeah, like it
it's
fucking-
got to be. It's the egg,
yolk.
and the
Egg.
cheese.
That's the real deal.
That's the real deal.
Oh,
We don't
yeah,
want
yeah,
that
that's
fake
what-
shit.
That's what I'm talking
There's
about.
good
yeah.
versions that don't have.
Can't have cream in it.
No, you can't have cream.
Can't.
You got to put a bit
It's
of
like
cream.
putting tambark around a California roll.
That's nice too. I don't want to tan back.
Listen, you guys from Sicily, yeah?
Yeah.
Why? That's a.
What do you think of when we say Sicily? You're racist, man.
That's racist shit, man.
Yeah, it's more. Yeah, I'll be getting shot, not doing the shooting. But I've never been to Sicily, but I've heard amazing food, amazing part of.
Amazing, man.
Yeah.
The lower you go, the better the
Better
food.
Yeah.
Just
It's simple.
undoubtedly.
It is.
It's simple, unpretentious food. The lower you go.
Yeah.
At the top, they call it cucina bianca. It's like white kitchen, so it's because it's
Right.
different type of ground, it's type of the food, what they grow. It's very like potato and whatever. The lower you go, man, it just the sweets, especially, it's amazing sweets, man. So beautiful.
And even like the bakery stuff that they do down like in the south
Yeah,
and
man.
like all the
It's fucking mate. The food. It's even aesthetically, Italy's such a beautiful place.
Yeah, you
I
gotta
didn't
go
realize
to
how
Sicily.
beautiful it was when I went up to the Amalfi Coast and did all that.
They say
ridiculous.
I'll eat anything in
minimum ingredients, maximum flavor.
yeah, that's it.
Italy. That's weird. I'll eat anything in Sicily. If they serve me a pig's ass, I'd eat it in Sicily. Everything tastes better in Sicily for some reason, you know?
Man, I had a slice of horse meat
Oh yeah.
in Sicily.
Yeah.
I ate donkey
cousin.
when I went last time.
You-
Not
you
even a
did
joke.
eat
I
donkey.
got food poisoning for 3 days after it, but I ate it.
off for 3 days afterwards.
Yeah.
The donkey
Yeah, because I
came
don't know
out.
what it was, man. I was shitting for 3 weeks after. I was like, oh, you ate a donkey from the hills of
Braised
That's what I
donkey.
had, donkey. Oh, that's what it was.
braised
It wasn't
donkey.
a donkey. It
He had a
wasn't a
sick old donkey he ate. It
It
was
was
disease that
delicious.
he gave him.
Well, it wasn't a donkey, man. It was.
But I got to say, man, we went to Italy when we, during our tour, and we had to go over to Italy, and we did a video with this old Italian comedian that we love. We've loved this guy for all our lives, and the video did great, got like 42, 43 million views with this guy. So, but we didn't care if it got 100 views because we wanted to meet this guy.
yeah.
But we went and ate, and they made it al dente. I got a matriciana, right, and we were right next to the Pantheon.
That wasn't al dente, though.
Ange, you remember? It was. I was picking the pasta out of my teeth.
You could use the pasta as a toothpick. That's how.
Fucking
And that was so
All right.
upsetting. No, don't get
They stuffed
defensive.
that plate of pasta up.
Bro, man. I know
They
they
stuffed
do al
that
dente. Al dente, I'm for al dente.
yeah,
but this
yeah,
was like,
Yeah,
raw.
that was undercooked.
Yeah, it was fucking.
and like I'm in Italy, man. This is unacceptable.
So even the Italians
This
make
is
a mistake.
unacceptable.
It was
Yeah,
such a
there you go.
beautiful setting. We're right in front of the Pantheon there, and the
Yeah.
food's
Oh,
on the
mate.
and that was a bit of a disappointment. I got to admit that
And then
was.
I got to also say, I went to Greece last year, and I got I don't know why, but I was in Greece, but I wanted some pasta at the time because I'd been there for a while, and I got a spaghetti marinara, and they gave it with prawns right? But the shell was still on it and the shit was still inside.
That sounds great.
And Ange says, well, just eat it anyway.
Hold on. I got to pull you up.
Ange says, eat it anyway.
No, I got to pull you up on that. You can't have the shit in the prawn. You can have the tail on the prawn.
It had the shit,
Nah, the
But
shit
not
in
the
the
shit
prawn. Unacceptable.
in the
No.
It
prawn.
was the...
What is it?
So what
It's
they
actual
did
shit, or is it
it's
organs?
shit.
It's the shit.
But what they did was, man, they it was a sauce marinara.
Yeah,
so
shit
they,
sauce, that's
so,
what it was.
So, but
was a
they
shit
put the
sauce.
Does it
prawns.
taste like shit?
They put. I didn't eat it. I took them out. I didn't
You
eat
ate
it.
shit sauce, man.
I didn't eat it. I didn't eat it.
No, you would have eaten it.
just-
Surely.
I didn't eat it.
You didn't eat even the pasta.
Nah, couldn't eat it.
Just on the prawn, right? With the shit that's in a prawn.
Yeah.
It's not like shit. It's
shit.
like sea shit.
It's like grit. It's dirt. Yeah. Have you ever, yeah, but have you ever
No,
eaten?
you know what I mean? Like,
You've
they're
eaten
not
that
eating like cows and
waterized
stuff. It's
shit.
like they're eating like it's like
they're
saltwater
eating
shit.
Parasites and shit.
Hold on a second. What hold on. We don't know. What the fuck does a prawn eat?
Try it.
Yeah.
What does it eat?
Parasites and seaweed and
hamburgers.
shit.
I don't know.
They're eating things of the sea.
It's like, you know what it is? It's seaweed
Yeah.
stuff. So it's like a Japanese shit.
I just don't think. I just don't think.
Brady, can you
Shit,
Google
say
what
like
a
prawns.
prawn eats?
You can't.
I just, you know what I mean. I just don't think prawns have the same shit as us.
Yeah, imagine they did. Fuck, you just can't stop
if
the
it was a
log.
little slither of shit that's like human shit.
Have you
Oh,
ever-
it
have you ever
tastes like
smelt that
dirt.
shit?
There you go.
I've eaten it. Have you never mistakenly? My dad used to peel. My dad eats the shit.
Oh, he eats the shit.
He just takes the shell off.
Because what does it
bit of
taste
lemon.
like? It tastes like salt.
No, it tastes like dirt.
Dirt.
Did you
It's
say
dirt.
your dad eats shit?
My dad eats the shit from the prawns. Not
what have we
on its
got?
own, in the prawn, man. My
I don't
uncle,
think
my
it's
uncle
as
eats the
bad as
lobster
what-
shit.
I don't think it's as bad as
What do they eat, Braden?
They eat plant material, decaying organic matter, microorganisms, and small shellfish and worms.
There you go. I'm not eating worms.
That's
sorry.
yeah.
You lost me at the worms.
It's compost.
Decaying. Anything decaying, I don't want to eat.
Plus, it's drinking a lot of water. It's flushing out its system.
Salt water, man.
Salt water. I just don't think it's
You've
the same
never
as
eaten
human
it by
shit.
mistake?
No, I have, but I'm saying I want to eat it. I don't want to eat the prawn shit.
What my
But I'm saying I
point-
don't
but
think
my
if it
point
happened to
was-
slip
If
on
it's a
in.
baby prawn, I'll eat the
They
shit.
put the sauce on the prawns that still had the shells on them, man. It's like you had to suck the sauce off the shell. So how are you supposed to clean it? You're going to get all your hands all dirty with sauce.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. man.
Yeah, that's
First
stupid.
world problems.
That's stupid.
It is first world problems, but I was very upset because I paid enough for that
86.
fucking plate of pasta.
Have you seen that guy online who eats bones?
He's magnificent. that guy.
Bones?
No,
Can't
you've
stop
never
watching
seen anything like this guy, man.
chicken bones, fish heads, everything.
He
He
eats
eats everything.
fish heads, chicken bones. Like
Is it the
no,
Asian-
he's got
is it
nothing-
the Asian guy or the American
Fish
guy?
bone.
No,
That's the fish
he's
with all the bones.
African.
He gets- no, he doesn't get sick.
Oh, African guy, yes.
He doesn't get sick.
No,
no.
man.
I don't
Man,
know.
he'll boil a goat's head, eat the goat, and then he'll start eating the bone.
Come
I saw
on,
one where he's pulling
man.
the teeth out of the head and putting it in a bread roll, and he was eating the teeth.
Fucking hell.
just hilarious.
That shit makes me sick, man.
Yeah, that
Honestly,
makes,
I'll vomit
yeah,
with
no,
that
that's
shit.
yeah, that makes me sick watching that.
because I'm so fascinated by it, but I can't remember his name.
Imagine his guts must be like cast iron. That
Steel.
guy, man. How's he digest fish bones?
Oh, he'd be taking it. Like he'd be
That's
really
sick.
When
sharp.
it comes
sharp
out, do you
shit.
reckon it'll scratch his asshole?
Yeah.
Must. We must have.
That's what I was just thinking. That
That's worth a try.
I'm actually going to go tonight. I'll let you know.
You should
I'll
message
let
him
you
and
know
ask
too.
him. You
how's
should message
your
him and
asshole?
find out. How's your ass?
If I'm walking into an Italian household,
yeah.
I want to know what the what to do's and what not to do's. How to lose the nonna or the father and mother, and
Okay.
potentially how to win them over.
Well, first of all, I think you got to be very respectful. Say hello to everyone.
Yeah, you got
Number one.
you got to kiss on the cheek.
Kiss on the cheek.
Kisses. Yeah.
Yeah, double is.
Is that a big X straight away for if someone
If
comes
you
in
do
there?
one cheek,
That's
good. But if you go the two, you're like, it's like, oh, okay,
nice.
you know, okay.
That's to do. The not to do's is you never go into the formal lounge room or the guests room.
Right.
You never walk into that. That's for guests. Even though you're a guest, you're not that important. That's reserved for the Pope and Pavarotti, the
And
main
it's full
room.
of plastic anyway. So you don't want to.
You don't want to see it's uncomfortable.
That smell.
It's like
When they offer you a drink the first time, for me, I was always we never said yes
right.
from this first time.
But then again,
Second time, you never say. You still say no. But then towards the end, they're getting upset, so you got to take something.
Yeah, that's right.
So the first time it's
Polite.
you say no. it's polite to say no. And it's disrespectful. Like it seems like you're desperate, like you've never had a drink before, never had it. So you can't say yes the first time. If they ask you twice, then it's offensive to say no.
Yeah, okay. Gotcha.
Okay, so
Never decline it.
Never decline.
Never. Always follow through with what gets put out.
Yeah.
If they put out some biscuits, eat the biscuit, but don't be too eager.
Yeah, okay.
Don't go diving in because they look at you like you're a scavenger.
What we call multi-farmer, which means
Multi-farmer, yeah.
there's dying to eat.
Dying to eat. Okay.
Because they'll look at you like, okay, this guy's a little bit but if you're respectful, wait a bit, sit.
Because our parents...
Then eat it. Because if they take it away and they've taken out the biscuit, they then have to put the biscuit back in, then that's a big no-no.
So you got to understand the mentality that our parents had. Our parents would say, don't do all that because it's a reflection that I don't feed you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you got this double thing. You got your parents like, I can't
hard place to
disappoint
be.
my parents
Yeah.
and shame them.
But
But I also can't be disrespectful to the person who's giving me the biscuits.
And I'm fucking
So
starving.
you got to find this middle ground of like, now's the perfect time to eat the biscuit. I haven't shamed my parents and I haven't offended them.
I still do it today, man. I go into someone's house today, and even if I'm thirsty and they go, do you want a drink? I still go, no, I'm all right.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
man.
I don't know either.
No, I'm all right. And then after a little while, I go, oh, yeah, okay, I'll have a drink now.
But
like,
if you came into my house when I'm asking you, I'm hoping you say yes.
yeah, absolutely.
But if I go into someone else's, I'm like,
100%.
I don't know why.
I never thought about that. It's
Yeah.
absolutely when you're actually offering someone, you're genuinely, you want something to eat.
I actually like when someone when they're comfortable enough to go in my fridge and grab it themselves, so I have to go do it.
Oh,
I
That's
do.
a big no-no in Italian
Yeah,
household.
which I can imagine, right? Like, don't go in
ever reach for the damn You know what? If they might set a trap for you. If you go into the fridge, they go, yeah, go open the fridge.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Maybe that's the Aussie in me. I don't know.
Sometimes, man, though, when you ask someone and not really sure or not really like, you probably won't take it. And they go, yeah, I love one. And you go, look at this.
Fucking go make it yourself.
Our fridge. You know who opened our fridge? Do you remember Adam McMurray?
Man, why do I know you were going to say that?
Adam
McMurray was a friend.
He walked to your house.
This is when we were young. He came and he opened our fridge at my house, man. And the silence, it was talking, it was like,
Really?
the dead-ass silence of like, what is happening right now?
Yeah.
Is this a bizarro world that we're in? And it looked weird that he was controlling our fridge. I was like,
Was he trying to get a drink? What
he was just trying to get a drink or look what was in the fridge. I was like, oh my God, what the hell's going on?
That's ballsy.
Yeah, don't do that.
Final one. Best collabs you guys have done, or the best people that this career that you guys have built have got you to be in a position to meet or hang out,
interview, or
just even
whatever.
just rub shoulders with that you've kind of taken you back. What are some cool? Because you guys have going through your
career
podcast.
highlight.
I mean, the crazy
Highlight was
guests.
Lino,
Little Bumpy,
which is the one we did.
told you about.
That's leaps and bounds.
And that video did really well, huh?
It did really well. It was a what was it?
We didn't do it for that though. Like you said, we didn't do it for the view. We did it because he's literally an idol.
Wow.
Like, and you don't throw around idol often. He is literally one of our comedic idols since we've been kids. So to have that moment to just even sit and talk with him was, so that's number one. Like, I don't even think
We met some other really memorable people like Chappelle and Kevin Hart and Jimmy Carr and
Jimmy Carr.
Yeah, Russell Peters.
Russell Peters, another one.
Nia Vardalos was nice.
Nia Vardalos.
Joe Coy too he was great.
A big Greek fat wedding. So we've had some good sort of. We're not best friends with these people, but we've had the opportunity to sit and talk with them, and they've been very respectful. Obviously with the accomplishment, like Dave Chappelle calls us his Italian Wiggles. Because any motherfucker that can sell out this thing 3 times is the Italian Wiggles. So
that was a surreal thing actually. When
Man, you just dropped off like the biggest names in comedy. Chappelle, I mean,
he was great, and we went to his room. He had my dressing room, right, when we were with Rod Laver.
Oh, did he?
It's not my dressing room, but the same dressing room.
Yep.
And when we got on tour, the dressing room had some mandarins and some biscuits and some lollies and a Gatorade. We walked in his dressing room. It was red light, his name in neon sign, music blaring, some guy walking around smoking a piece of wood,
Nah, yeah, but
alcohol everywhere, people smoking everywhere. I'm like, yeah, I did it I did it wrong.
Hey, this is how to do
I
it.
did it wrong.
Yeah.
He had a big party back there. It was
Dave
very
Chappelle
surreal.
offered us a cigarette. He goes, "You want a cigarette?" And we're like, "Fucking oath, I'm gonna have one of your cigarettes, man."
Absolutely.
We're smoking the ciggy with
I
him.
can't believe he didn't take it. Oh, well,
I
he
don't
stopped
smoke.
smoking.
Plus, it's rude to say yes the first time.
There we go.
Very
Dave
good.
Chappelle says you want one. I almost took the whole packet.
Yeah.
No, but he was actually such a nice guy. He spent 15, 20 minutes talking to us.
I think
Same
that
with Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart was,
amazing.
I think, the bigger that they are, the nicer that they've been. Some of the
man.
ones that, that think that they're big and that aren't, the ones who are the most threatened
Yeah.
and insecure.
Kevin Hart was like, we said to him, listen, man, go and speak to your other people and friends, because he was talking to us about his tequila and
he was
brought some shots and then try this one.
But
try
he
this
was
one.
like talking.
I think I've seen footage of that. You drank it, didn't you?
we drank it.
Yeah.
He was like talking. He likes talking about business and branding, and we were talking about what we've done. We're telling him what we've done, and he was giving us advice and what you should do. And he's big into that whole thing. So he was.
I watched the podcast with him the other day with Trevor Noah. Trevor Noah?
Yeah.
He's a smart guy.
He is a smart guy, but I really didn't like the way, Kevin Hart set himself up with some really good things and he's really spread himself with his brand and everything. And then Trevor Noah was calling him a scaffolding brother.
Jesus.
He's like, you're a scaffolding brother. You're a scaffolding brother. Now, I don't know if he was joking or not, but he was like saying, you're a scaffolding brother. And Kevin Hart's like, well, yeah, I've set shit up that if...
What does that mean, scaffold?
It means that if something falls, you've got another level, so you don't go to the bottom.
I was kind of
smart.
having
That's right.
Well, I thought
What's wrong with that?
He was I don't know if he was having a go. You got to watch the podcast. He was like, "You're a scaffolding brother." Okay, I get you. You're a scaffolding brother. You're a scaffolding brother. And I was like, "Oh, that's smart." What he's doing because he's building an empire.
Yeah, well, that's the way I see it.
Yeah,
Well and truly built this
But
great
if his comedy stops one day, he's got the real estate stuff, or he's got the production company, or he's got
But even if his comedy doesn't stop, it's still smart to have other passive income, other avenues of income.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
I don't think people are doing that to think, if this stops, I've got this. I mean, I think if you're driven naturally, you want to do more things. Like you just want to achieve things. But you got this and you got that and you got that, and you want to do things. Some people don't have
the rest
them.
of the podcast. I only got halfway. See what he says at the end. But
5 minutes.
no, I got seriously halfway through, and he was calling him that, and I was like,
Yeah, that was
what's wrong? What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
He's doing great things, and he's building his brand and he's building his empire, whatever you want to call it.
He's done movies. He's got a production company. Does
He's got
live
real
comedy.
estate.
Does real estate.
He's
Got
got-
restaurants.
he's got
got
the-
Hey,
tequila.
the best
clothing.
podcasts I think in the world are the comedians. They're the
Yeah.
ones that I don't know if they're the most watched, but they're the ones you have the ones in America like Two Bears, One Cave, Tom Segura,
Yeah,
Bert
yeah,
Kreischer.
yeah,
Joe
that
Rogan's
one.
a comedian.
Oh, he
Joe
does that
Rogan.
cold
Theo
as
Von-
balls
Theo
thing too,
Von-
doesn't he?
He
How
does
funny
the
is
Cold
Theo
as Balls
Von?
Theo
podcast.
Von's one's gone through the roof, man.
He's wicked funny though, man.
I don't even think he I genuinely think he doesn't even prepare for shows because he's like, man, let me see what else. What else?
Yeah.
He's like thinking on the spot.
He's
and then he
thinking on the
just
spot, but
pulls
he's
out
the
a
way
crazy
he talks and just the way he thinks. It's just
Did
funny.
you guys get a chance to meet him when he came out here?
No, we
weren't
didn't.
here.
We weren't here. Yeah.
Oh man, because he was recent-ish, wasn't it?
Like I'd love to have met him.
Says his
it's
biggest audience is here.
Yeah.
He said his biggest fan base in Australia.
Well,
'Cause-
outside of America.
Well, I presume, yeah. That's what he
Wow,
meant.
that's wicked.
Yeah.
No, we weren't here. We're hopefully going to catch up with Chris D'Elia when he comes out. He's coming out soon.
No, he's gold.
Yeah, he's funny.
But yeah, man, I agree. Like the podcast that the comedians do, as long as they can sort of have a bit of free reign.
Yeah, they keep it free. Oh, hey guys, man, thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having us.
I
man.
appreciate it. You guys are doing unbelievable things. As I said to all the listeners, the Sooshi Mango new show, not an international tour, but it is an Australian-wide tour, August to September. There's tickets in the bio, so get down there and support the boys.
Hey, how did you come up with the name Unlaced?
Well, do you know what I really actually like? Hey, by the way, if the graphic design is out there, man, I've called you four times to get her back. But she doesn't pick up my call. But she did an unbelievable job.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's like obviously a football boot with football background, but then the unlaced is...
Unlaced because you unlaced your boots and you
it's
started
like the
this.
conversations, it's a reflection of,
Can I be
open
honest?
up.
I thought that was a chili pepper for a little while.
Hey, I like that.
That's like a little bit of a chili pepper.
I love it, man.
Yeah,
It's really cool, man.
Yeah, it is. Well, now you see it. Yeah, you won't unsee it. But
Now I can see the shoe in there.
Now I can see the
I
shoe.
can see it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, if she's listening, she's probably just thinking that
Well, I never
her
looked at it that
design didn't
much.
work.
Yeah,
and
well,
that's
it's behind you.
It looks great.
she did a great design. But yeah,
like
that's where it came from. You know what? The name, I can't remember how I came up with it. But it's irrelevant. Names are irrelevant, I've learned.
Yes.
They are.
As
They
you
are
guys
definitely.
now know too.
Well, yeah.
Well, the new show name is called Homemade.
Homemade.
Yeah, because we've lived all of our lives and been around everything homemade. So and we were talking about what to call the show, and I think Sooshi Mango, we always say, sells the show, but it's nice to have a nice little name.
Well, I mean, honestly, I could sit here and talk to you guys all day, but
Yeah.
I know we can't. So,
No, we can't.
guys, as I said, get supporting these guys. Their show's coming out. Again, appreciate you guys coming on. It's been an absolute laugh. Love watching you guys do what
Thanks
you
for coming
do.
in, guys. Appreciate it.
You want to close the show? Hey, we'll see you guys next week. Thanks for turning up.
Ciao, ciao.